Toyota might have just flipped the entire EV game. Is the electric dream in danger? Let's dive into Toyota's shocking new engine plan. So here's the twist no one saw coming. While the entire world rushes into battery-powered electric vehicles, Toyota just said, "Hold my wrench." They're betting big on an all-new internal combustion engine, not to save gas cars, but to change how we think about clean energy. This isn't your average engine, it runs on hydrogen. And Toyota's CEO believes it might be the key to destroying the EV monopoly. It's lighter, faster to refuel, and possibly more sustainable? But how? Why now? And will this engine work? Let's break it all down. Why hydrogen still matters. Electric vehicles are everywhere. Teslas are practically the new Camrys. But while EVs have taken center stage, Toyota has quietly been developing hydrogen-powered engines in the background. The reason? Hydrogen might just solve the biggest issues EVs haven't been able to. First off, weight. Electric vehicles are heavy. Their massive battery packs weigh hundreds of kilograms, which affects driving dynamics and vehicle handling. Hydrogen engines? They keep the internal combustion setup, but instead of burning gasoline, they combust hydrogen. That means you still get a light, nimble ride without relying on massive batteries. Then there's the driving experience. For a lot of car lovers, EVs feel too quiet, too disconnected. But hydrogen combustion gives you back the feeling of a traditional engine, without the pollution. Toyota isn't new to this either. They've been experimenting with hydrogen through vehicles like the Mirai for years. And now, their vision is much bigger. According to their top executives, the company sees a multi-fuel future, one where EVs, hybrids, and hydrogen all play a role. They're not interested in going all in on batteries like other automakers. Why? Because they believe putting all our eggs in one electric basket is risky. Plus, battery production isn't exactly clean. From mining lithium to disposing of old batteries, EVs have their environmental costs. Toyota thinks hydrogen engines could offer a cleaner alternative, one that doesn't require a full overhaul of the driving experience or the global supply chain. So, is this new engine the real EV killer? Maybe not yet, but it makes a strong case for why hydrogen deserves a second chance. The infrastructure problem. Let's be real, hydrogen has one huge problem. It's not the science, it's not even the engine, it's the infrastructure. Right now, unless you live in California, chances are you've never even seen a hydrogen fueling station. Compare that to EV chargers, which are popping up everywhere from Walmart parking lots to remote hiking trails. Building a hydrogen station isn't cheap. It requires complex pressurization systems and specialized safety measures. According to industry estimates, a single hydrogen station can cost up to $2 million. And we're not even talking about maintenance yet. But here's where Toyota flips the script. Instead of trying to replicate the gas station model nationwide overnight, they're thinking more strategically. Heavy-duty trucks, buses, and industrial fleets. These are the perfect use cases for hydrogen. Why? Because they have fixed routes. That means you only need a few stations along major shipping corridors, not everywhere. This solves two problems at once: fuel accessibility and emissions from the dirtiest vehicles on the road. Toyota is already testing this model in Japan and parts of Europe, and they're not alone. Other companies like Hyundai and even Nikola Motors are also exploring hydrogen for long-haul transport. So yes, hydrogen infrastructure is still miles behind EVs. But if Toyota can corner the market on commercial hydrogen, that gives them a huge head start when the tech becomes scalable for everyday drivers. And let's not forget, EV infrastructure also had a slow start. 10 years ago, chargers were rare too, but things changed fast with the right policy support and investment. Hydrogen could follow the same path, especially if governments start backing it like they backed electric cars. Cost and clean energy myths. One of the biggest criticisms of hydrogen is cost. Right now, hydrogen fuel costs about $12 per kilogram. A typical refill can cost anywhere from $60 to $80. That's a lot compared to plugging in your EV overnight for just a few bucks. But this isn't the full picture. Hydrogen prices are high today because of how it's made. Most hydrogen is extracted from natural gas, which isn't very green. But the future lies in green hydrogen, produced using renewable energy sources like wind or solar to split water molecules. Yes, it's expensive today. But costs are dropping, technology is advancing, and with mass adoption, the price per kilo could fall dramatically. Then there's the myth that hydrogen isn't clean. That depends on the source. Gray hydrogen, from natural gas, is dirty. Green hydrogen? Completely clean. Toyota is betting on green hydrogen as the fuel of the future, especially in countries investing heavily in renewable energy infrastructure. Another key point: EVs may be clean on the road, but battery production has a dirty side. Mining lithium, cobalt, and other rare earth metals can be devastating for the environment and local communities. Hydrogen sidesteps this issue entirely. And while we're on the topic, think about the life cycle of an EV battery. What happens when it dies? Recycling is still a developing field, and many batteries end up in landfills or are shipped overseas. Hydrogen combustion engines don't have that problem. Toyota's message is clear. Don't just chase what's trendy, think long-term. If we want a sustainable global solution, we need options that work across geographies, climates, and industries. Hydrogen offers that versatility. Toyota's long-term playbook. While other automakers are going all in on EVs, Toyota is playing the long game. Their strategy? Balance. Instead of pushing one solution, they're investing in hybrids, plug-in hybrids, battery EVs, and now hydrogen combustion engines. That way, no matter which direction the market goes, Toyota's ready. This strategy isn't about resisting change, it's about being smart. Think about it. Not every country has a stable grid. In places like India, Africa, and parts of Southeast Asia, rolling out millions of EVs just isn't practical yet. But hybrids or hydrogen vehicles? Much more doable. Toyota is also looking for independent mechanics. Electric vehicles are harder to repair outside of dealer networks. Hydrogen combustion engines, on the other hand, keep the familiarity of traditional engines. That means more jobs stay local, and consumers aren't tied to a single manufacturer. And let's not forget the Prius. It was mocked at first, but ended up revolutionizing the industry. Toyota believes their new hydrogen engine could do the same thing, disrupting an industry that thinks it is already won. Their executives say this isn't a war between EVs and hydrogen. It's about giving people choices. And in a world this big and diverse, that makes sense. Toyota's also working on solid-state batteries behind the scenes, so even if hydrogen doesn't take off, they're still in the EV game. That's the power of hedging your bets. Heavy-duty hydrogen. Now let's talk about the unsung battlefield, heavy-duty transportation. While everyone obsesses over sedans and SUVs, Toyota has quietly been making moves in the real backbone of our economy: trucks, buses, and industrial transport. Battery electric trucks do exist. We've seen them. But they come with huge compromises. Think massive battery packs that weigh a ton, literally. Think long charging times that just don't work for fleets that run around the clock. And think about the strain that kind of infrastructure puts on the power grid. It's not pretty. This is where hydrogen shines like a spotlight on center stage. Toyota's hydrogen fuel cell technology doesn't just power cars. It's already being used in heavy-duty trucks. These vehicles can be refueled in minutes, not hours, and they don't require gigantic space-eating batteries. The range? Competitive with diesel. The emissions? Just water vapor. It's almost sci-fi level clean. And here's the key difference. Hydrogen infrastructure for freight doesn't need to be everywhere. Unlike consumer cars that need stations in every neighborhood, freight trucks only need hydrogen hubs along major shipping routes. That's manageable, practical, and already in motion. Places like California and Japan are already operating hydrogen-powered trucks, not concept models, real-world commercial fleets. Toyota isn't making noise just to look busy. They've got skin in the game, and it's paying off. This could be a game-changer for logistics and industry, sectors where battery-only solutions are struggling to scale. If Toyota can dominate this segment with hydrogen, it could carve out a massive lead, one that EVs might never catch. What the future looks like. So what does the future look like? It might not be all EV all the time. Instead, we could see a mix. Battery EVs for urban commuters, hybrids for the developing world, and hydrogen engines for heavy-duty use and enthusiasts who love the roar of a motor. Toyota isn't betting against the future. They're betting on options. And that might be the smartest move of all. As the EV world pushes forward, driven by regulation, hype, and investment, Toyota is quietly building something different, something that could outlast trends and serve a broader global market. So, will Toyota's hydrogen engine destroy the EV industry? Maybe not destroy it, but it could disrupt it. It could force the industry to broaden its thinking, and most importantly, it could give power back to consumers in a world that's racing toward a one-size-fits-all solution. Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the engine war isn't over yet. What do you think? Is hydrogen the future or just a distraction? Drop your thoughts below and hit subscribe for more industry-shaking updates.